Welcome to Odds.com UFC 249 breakdown, and it is main event time. Lightweight interim title bout, and we have just got the cappers to get you that cash. The legend Peter Loshak joining us, Big Mo from Mo Scream TV. We got Boston Nick in the house, and star of the Die Hard MMA podcast. We got Clint rolling with us right now. 5'11", Tony Ferguson, a.k.a. El Kakui. 26-3. Opening at -175, still there right now at Bet365. Going up against the human highlight reel, 5'11" American Justin Gaethje, 21-2-0. Sitting at +150. Clint, El Kakui against the human highlight reel. Lightweight interim title belt on the line. What's your move?
Jimmy, we always talk about me having the big balls to take dogs in these spots. And I will not let you down, my friend. I am on Justin the Highlight Gaethje at +150. The power that this man carries at 155 is unreal. And I love Tony Ferguson. The man is on an unreal, historic winning streak. And stepping in front of him is maybe one of the hardest things that I have ever had to do. But to be honest, I think this fight should be a coin flip. This is a value play. We're getting +150 on a guy who should be even money. Justin Gaethje is a phenomenal wrestler. He will not get taken down in this fight. And Tony Ferguson is not the kind of fighter that comes in looking for takedowns anyway. He usually gets it to the ground in scrambles or after he clips his opponents. Justin Gaethje is a monster with leg kicks. The long, skinny legs of Tony Ferguson are in for a very, very long night. Tony Ferguson is well known for using his elbows for slicing and dicing his opponent's faces open. Gaethje is a man not afraid of death. He has spoken numerous times that he does not care if he goes brain dead after his fighting career, as long as he put on good fights for the fans. He's going to step into that fire, swing away, and Tony Ferguson is hittable. That's all this comes down to, Jimmy. Tony Ferguson gets hurt in every single one of his fights, and Justin Gaethje is not a man that you can get clipped by. Tony Ferguson gets hurt, recovers, and then puts it on his opponents, but Gaethje will put you down if he just gets one good shot in. I think he's going to come out, play the game, leg kick Tony Ferguson around. Tony will come in, and that's the key here. Tony Ferguson brings the heat. He's not going to stay on the outside. He's not going to look for an ankle pick and try and put Gaethje on his back for 15 minutes and grind it out. Tony steps into the fire, and I think it's going to cost him.
Ooh, Gaethje at +150. Pistol Pete Loshak. What do you think of Clint's look on the dog in the main event?
Well, I don't disagree with it. This fight does involve a birthday pick, an official birthday pick that I gave out to a low bagger, to Mike Nutflush Allen, right. And Clint's analysis makes me feel a little bit nervous about my pick, which was on the over 2.5 rounds. I mean, I basically agree with everything that you said, Clint, and I just we've talked about this in covering some of the other fights of this card about people who respect the power and skills of their opponent. Obviously, to put it mildly, understatement of this entire video that we've done. This is a fight Ferguson does not want to lose, right? He's been 12-fight winning streak, right? He's trying to get the fight, against Nurmagomedov. He does not want to lose this. He knows he can. I think he's going to respect Gaethje tremendously. Gaethje's going to want to, give as good of a performance as he can as well, obviously, but he's going to respect Ferguson. And I don't know who finally winds up getting caught, but I kind of like the over 2.5 rounds, but I kind of like it a little bit less now that I've heard Clint's analysis. Clint, do you think that that there's likely to be an early finish here? You don't like the over? Be honest.
I think that line is so sharp. I think really? 2.5 is the worst place the bookmaker ever could have put it. I mean, if it's 1.5, I'm going over all day. If it's 3.5, you're going under all day.
2.5?
I don't know what to do with 2.5 because I think this fight ends in the second or the third round. I'm just not sure which one.
Pete, what did you get on the over 2.5?
Well, plus money, which is nice, plus 120, and it's still plus money, which is better than negative money. But, I don't like to hear that the line is very, very sharp. I want to hear what Boston Nick and Big Mo have to say, but I want these guys to be honest.
Okay.
Boston Nick, take it away.
So I think Gaethje, he wins this fight in the first 3 rounds. Okay. If it goes after 3 rounds, it's in huge favor of Tony. If Gaethje hasn't already picked his legs apart. Okay. If he has picked his legs apart, then it could be a whole different story. Gaethje comes in firing from round 1 to round 2 to round 3 until he can't fire anymore. He's been hurt in his fights before, finished his fights afterwards. He's been finished as well, but Tony Ferguson has been hurt by Lando Venata, okay? Almost finished by Lando Venata, okay? Kevin Lee had him on his skirts. I mean, you can keep going and going and going. And listen, Kevin Lee and Justin Gaethje are 2 different animals. Let's face it, okay? Gaethje is a non-quitter, as in Kevin Lee is a quitter. So the reason why Kevin Lee lost that fight is because he quit, okay? And maybe his cardio is not up to par. Maybe he has to work on that as well. But that's another, different story. That being said, I'm over Gaethje in this fight at plus odds. You know what I mean? I could see it. If it goes over 2.5, it's Fergie. But or 3, it's Fergie. But I think Gaethje gets him out in the first 2 rounds.
So you're on.
It makes me nervous with everybody on Gaethje. I'm on Gaethje too.
Wow.
But we can't be disrespecting Ferg that much. You know what I'm saying? I think this ends one of 2 ways. Just like Nick said, I'll go in a little bit more detail. I think we all know what Gaethje's going to do. Plus a little tidbit, a little info, which I'm sure y'all have seen it. But when they were supposed to fight before, Gaethje came out and was like, look, I'm going to keep it real. Got 18 to 19 minutes in me. That's what I got. And I'm going to bring hell for 18 to 19 minutes. And we know what his hell consists of. Walking forward, throwing hooks, throwing bombs, throwing huge leg kicks, defensive wrestling. He's not going to shoot a takedown, nothing like that. If so, like, let's say, which I could see this happening, because Tony's not going to retreat at all. He's going to come forward. He's going to engage the violence, and that's what Gaethje wants. And in that, he's going to try to close that gap. Gaethje's going to be slicing those legs. And Nick and Big Clint said he gets rocked. He gets rocked in every fight. And you do not want to get rocked by Gaethje. And let's say there's 2 different types of rock. Let's say he rocks Ferg and Ferg falls on his butt. Gaethje's not going to go down there. Gaethje's going to say, get up. And he's going to turn around and make him get up and come to him. To where other people would fall down in his guard and get caught up and get tangled up. Yep. Or he's going to knock him out and his eyes are going to roll in the back of his head and then he's going to jump on him and, hammer fist him to a victory.
Another highlight reel, Gaethje.
Yeah. Now, round 1, 2, and 3, I could see Gaethje winning 2 of those for sure. If Ferg fights smart, fights real long, uses his long jab, if he gets in close, uses sharp elbows, cuts up Gaethje, then it could be problems. If Ferg can find it into the 4th with a round like him up, at least 1 round of those 3, then Gaethje has been shown that he's going to gas because he's bringing it. And a little thing with Gaethje is he has a high guard. Like if you hurt Gaethje, he goes straight to a high guard, and Ferg is good at going to the body. So just like Eddie Alvarez started working the body, I believe it was Poirier started working the body. That's what he's going to do to Gaethje, and then he could finish Gaethje in like the 5th. Because once Gaethje gets that stanky leg, it's done. Gaethje's done. Yeah.
But he's had a stanky leg once or twice and finished, and still.
But not against Ferguson. So, but my pick is Gaethje. Probably first, second round. I see him getting smoked because I think Ferg is going to engage and he gets dropped, and you do not want to get dropped by Gaethje, and those leg kicks are going to come into play. But I think a lot of people are disrespecting Ferg. But
now, real quick, if this does go late in the rounds and Gaethje can't get him out, those leg kicks you were just talking about, that we were talking about, will pay dividends on Tony's legs, and he won't be able to fight the way he wants at that. You know what I mean? And be able to plant and whatnot off his left and.
But another thing that you have to worry about is Gaethje gets tired and he gets sloppy, and he could get in the clinch, and Ferg's not going to Ferg's going to snatch you here and he's going to snap you down into a darce. So maybe Tony by some type of late sub, something like that, because he can snatch that Darce from anywhere, and he can get you in the Darce and not even go to finish you, can fall back, sweep you with the Darce, and end up on top. So
Gaethje hasn't been
those are just
submitted
little
many
small
times, though.
bits that you got to look out for.
Right, Gaethje, Clint hasn't been submitted many times, right?
He's never been submitted. He's only lost twice. Both of them were by knockout.
Mm-hmm.
I think you guys are selling Ferguson's, camp and strategists short. All the stuff that you said about Gaethje is true. And you know who else who knows that?
Ferguson.
Eddie Bravo.
Ferguson knows it. And you know who else knows it?
Eddie Bravo.
Ferguson's strategists and trainers know it. You know what I mean? So it's like he's not going to come out with a strategy that's going to play into Gaethje's hands, just like you just said. You're like, well, if he comes out in the first few rounds and has his usual strategy that plays right into Gaethje's hands, he's going to get beat. So he knows that. So I think he's going to do something else. Specifically because it's such an important fight. It's not a fight. He's like, man, I'm 12 fights in a row, 8 years. I'm 36 years old. I've been building up to this. There's no way I'm going to come out here, and be careless and stupid and get caught by this maniac and fuck up my whole, career trajectory.
Can he help that?
With a second round loss. I'm not saying he's going to win the fight, but I'm saying it's going to be a surprisingly different game plan from Ferguson, and that it's going to go longer than people expect, and that's why I like the over 2.5.
Over
If
2.5
I can speak
rounds.
to that, Pete,
What?
if I can speak to that for just a second
Go ahead.
here.
Yeah, please do.
Tony Ferguson is a legitimate madman. He does not have the mindset that I think you're envisioning for him. When he did interviews for this fight, he said that he is defending his belt. He's the uncrowned champion. He truly thinks of himself as the king of 155. He's not going to come out here going, I got to get my fight with Khabib. He's coming out to say, I'm the best in the world. This is my division. I'm the king of it. And he's been on record as such. The man's insane. And as much as I love him for that, and I'm not selling him short, I said at the top of this thing, for me, this is a value play. I have all the respect in the world for Tony Ferguson, and I do think they may attempt to come up with some kind of a game plan, but history speaks. He's come out with the same exact game plan in every single one of his fights. I think he's going to play his game and just hope that he can outwill Justin Gaethje.
And let me ask y'all this. Do y'all think that it's going to make any difference at all that Tony made weight, 2 or 3 weeks ago, just because?
Yes.
That's a very good point. I forgot
somebody
to bring
that was
that
like
up.
a grappler, it wouldn't matter. But against that power punch, sucking that weight for no reason, it could make him a little,
He was getting ready for a wrestler, too. You got to remember, he was getting ready for a wrestler this entire camp.
Yeah.
I mean, someone that was going to take him down and do what he wants with him. So he probably spent a lot of time off his back in that camp for Khabib. This is a whole different match. This is somebody that's a better striker than you are. You know what I mean? There's another thing to put into play.
All right. Yeah, well, I mean, in my advanced MMA model, I do have Ferguson as sane. So that's a factor that maybe I miscalculated.
Well, Pete, he did talk to Walls and had the cops called on because
I might have to fix that.
And you might want to fix
run the
that
numbers again.
Yeah,
he thought that the government put a chip in his leg.
I had a chance for a spit take there, Pete.
Oh, boy.
Spit take right there.
So what is this, like the 5th or 6th pick I might be on the dead wrong side of here?
Tony Ferguson choosing to cut weight a couple weeks ago and make championship weight, I think, is a huge red flag, and that's something that I think really pushed me towards Gaethje here, is cutting that weight, tearing your body up that way, rehydrating and doing it again in 2 weeks, making that same hard weight cut 2 weeks down the road. I just think that was a miscalculation.
Yeah.
Plus
I don't think he thought the fight was going to happen.
Plus 110 you can still get for Pete's over 2.5 rounds. If you're more in line with Big Mo thinking that Gaethje can get him early, Bet365 will give you Gaethje first round plus 650, second round plus 900.
I don't think he'll get him first round. I think there'll be too much chess going on in the first round. I think this will be a second or a third round finish one way or the other.
Right.
One thing we need to consider is that with the COVID crisis going on, doctors are going to be a lot more antsy to stop these fights. So that works in this fight both ways. Because if Tony Ferguson opens up a couple of big cuts on Justin Gaethje, they're not going to let it go the way they normally would with blood spurting out of his head. They're going to go, that's a problem. He needs to see a doctor. With the hospitals plugged up the way they are with the pandemic going on, they may throw the towel in a little bit early. Same with Justin Gaethje clipping Tony Ferguson and putting him down hard. The referee may dive in to save him that additional damage a hair faster than he would otherwise. I think we need to watch out for finish opportunities on this entire fight card because of the world crisis going on right now.
Good point.
Nick, how are those elbows going to look, Nick?
With who? Gaethje?
No, with Tony.
A little bit like, but
There they are.
But
There are
totally
those
missing.
elbows.
But totally missing on Gaethje. So
There you have it. Lightweight interim title bout. El Kakui against the human highlight reel. Big thank you to our handicappers. Broke down all 12 fights. What monsters. Thank you for putting in all this time and energy to put cash in our pockets. Pistol Pete Loshak, Big Mo, Boston Nick, Clint. Thank you guys so much for all your hard work and insights here. You can catch all 12 fight breakdowns on our YouTube page, Odds HQ. Follow us on Twitter, Odds110, and check us out, odds.com. From all of us here, thank you guys for watching, and get that cash on Saturday. Get that cash.
let's say those bookmakers.
I got kids to feed, I got enemies, I got guys give, so they envy me. Got some friends out in Memphis like I'm Aubrey. Got some friends fought for orange like some autumn leaves. Yeah.